Hey everybody, what's going on? Scott Lennox here. Thank you for clicking into another video here on the Deadly Tackle Fishing OC YouTube channel. We appreciate you guys very much. Spring is springing. So today's video is going to be by request. Several folks have asked me to do a walkthrough of my Carolina Skiff. This is the Fishing OC Deadly Tackle Carolina Skiff. If you've been on the channel for any amount of time, you've seen we fish the back bays of Ocean City and all over the place in this thing. I've got it set up really nice for what we do here in Ocean City for back bay flounder fishing, stripers, tog, do a little jetty fishing and that sort of thing. We cruise around and hit Aztec Island and that sort of stuff. It's a really great boat for being in shallow water in the back bays where you don't need a ton of draft. And it's great for getting around with the power that we've got on there. I've got some accessories and things on board. So let's show you what's up with the Carolina Skiff. All right, so I guess the best idea is to give you guys a bow to stern walkthrough of my boat. This is a 24 or so DLX, a 2011. Kristen and I bought this boat from John Prather of Ocean City Guide Service a while back now, and we absolutely love it. It's perfect for what we do in the back bay. The DLX version from Carolina Skiff is flat, buddy. She's flat on the front, she's flat on the bottom. There's no V to this thing at all, and although the ride can be a little bit rough in a chop, for what we do in the back bay, it's absolutely perfect because it's a very shallow draft because of that flat bottom. We've been in, 8 inches, 10 inches of water, and this thing will float. And here's why: because it is very, very wide. It's, I think, a full sheet of plywood across all the way back. So this boat is very, very wide. It's 8 feet or so from side to side. It's 24 or so feet long. If you count the engine and everything, it's about 25 feet, maybe a couple inches longer than that. And it is a really, really great boat for us. So what I think I'll do is I'll go through the accessories that we've got on the boat, tell you about the seating and things like that, what came with the boat, what we've added to it. And then if you want to get something similar to this, I would highly encourage it because it is a fantastic boat for us. All right, there she is, the Carolina Skiff, the Fishing OC Deadly Tackle Carolina Skiff. And if we're going to start at the bow, we're going to start right here with the question that I probably get more than anything: what's up with that trolling motor? And I'll tell you about it. So we got this trolling motor installed a couple of years ago, and it is the Minn Kota Tarova. Mine is a 24 volt version. This particular version, for a flat bottom boat like mine, all I need is 24 volts, and it's got, I believe, 80 pounds of thrust. Mine is the manual deploy. You step on this pedal right here, you push the pedal down, it'll lift up and lower down in the water. Same thing when you're pulling it back up. It's not a big deal for mine, and from what I understand, people have problems with those remote control deploys. So if you want to get that, be prepared to have it in the shop. It was installed by Midshore Marine Electronics. Got the whole unit installed and purchased from Midshore, and it's fantastic. It is run by this remote control. This lanyard, you just put it around your neck, and the only thing I really use on it is right here. That's the anchor, and that's called spot lock. So basically you put that thing down there, you hit the spot lock button when you're sitting still, and it's just like having an anchor overboard. We have used this engine to get back to the slip when our steering busted a couple of years ago, but there's the Minn Kota Tarova trolling motor right on the bow. 80 pounds of thrust, 24 volt battery system. All right, moving down the front of the boat here, we got 2 cleats on port and starboard that keep things nice and tight. A couple of hatches here, lift up, turn. We've got life jackets on one side. We'll get to the decking here in a couple minutes. Over here on the right side, same thing, anchor, lock, and still got plenty of space in there. Nice little station up here in the front to keep things if you need to. There's 2 steps. I've got a step on the front, the bow on the port side and on the starboard side, just for getting up top here. I've got a rod holder here with just 2 rods. That just keeps things you know, up off the ground and that sort of thing. They were not standard. I installed this. Very simple to do, just a couple of bolts on the inside here. Spin around and head toward the back, and this seat was not standard from Carolina Skiff either. I bought this from a friend of mine, and it's a storage seat basically. So lift up on here, got storage where we keep our gulp, keep our fillet knives, emergency situation live pump right there in case my live well goes up, which it doesn't really. And then really comfortable cushion seating here, and this can go either forward or backward at your leisure. Step on one seat back. This was standard from Carolina Skiff. Cushion back up against the console. Lift this seat up, and this is where we have our battery system for the trolling motor. This is the most convenient spot, someplace midship where the weight of the batteries wouldn't be too big an issue, either front or back. So this is right below the console. Great place for that, out of the way. And the other thing that's great about it is we have an onboard charging system. So as you can see here, I've just got a regular old extension cord plugged in, midshore installed this 110 volt, clean that up. We installed this 110 volt, just regular power for charging the batteries on the trolling motor. I've got that plugged into our shore power over here that comes with the slip, and then there you go, directly in the console. Head on back here around the console, and here's the helm station. So this is where I am 95% of the time. I'll sometimes fish back here in the back of the boat, but when I'm running the boat, I am sitting here in this non-standard bench seat. I got this bench seat from a company down in Florida that shipped it up. Really, really nice leaning post. It's got a kick down here where we can put our feet if we need to. Most of the time it's up out of the way, so you can stand close to it, lean right up against it. You can jump up there and sit on it if you like. The seat back will actually come out, so you can see that sits in a rod holder there on one side and on the other side. 2 other rod holders there in the middle, but if you'd like to, you can take this back rest out and be a little bit more comfortable or get a little bit more room. And then here at the helm station, got all your standard equipment here and everything. And then I've got this beauty. This is my electronics, and this is both bottom machine and GPS. This was installed by East Coast Marine Electronics, my buddy Chad Tulak, and it's got basically everything on it. You've got your GPS on there, you've got your sonar on there, you've got waypoints, all of that good stuff. And most of the time I am using my preset number 2, and that's going to be my waypoints on one side and my bottom machine with temperature, speed, time, all that good stuff on the right hand side. Not sure if the GoPro will allow you to see that, but that's basically what the Garmin Echo Map looks like. Nice 7-inch screen on it. It's all touch screen in case you want to use that, which is cool. And then the other great thing about it is this, if I feel like it, I can take this thing off of here and take it off the boat a little bit more safe, which I do. And it's just as simple as putting the cover on, popping this lever, and it goes with me. So another fantastic option. And if you're interested in any kind of electronics like that, Midshore Electronics, who installed the trolling motor, and we've got Chad Tulak here, East Coast Marine Electronics, and also the guys from Saltwater. So fantastic group of people that do electronics here in Ocean City. And we've got some great folks that do canvas. This thing was beat up about a year and a half ago, and then Real Swell Canvas hooked it up. Let's see if there's any bird dew up there. Nope, look at that, that looks beautiful. So this is the Sunbrella fabric. They put this Sunbrella fabric on there. They retied everything, and this thing is in great shape now. It was beat up, man. It was the original from 2011 up until about a year and a half ago, and now it looks fantastic. So let's go on back here. I'll bring one of these with me so I can show you. Down the rail here, we've got these aftermarket Scotty rod holders. Yeah, I did that on purpose. So the rod holder right there, and then you can keep these in storage, which I usually do, and then it just slides right in there, and you've got an adjustable rod holder. So when I'm fishing and sitting on the console, I can prop my feet up. If I get a bite or gotta go net somebody else's fish, I can slide my rod right into that rod holder. Heading back here toward the back of the boat, couple more cleats. Got a cleat back here on the port side, one on the starboard side, another step as well, in case I need to get to the back of the boat for any reason up on the platform here. We'll get to this kind of stuff in just a second when I tell you about the flooring. Over here on the right, rod holder off at an angle. Same thing over here on the starboard side. Open this up and here's our live well. Let's give that thing a fire up. Yeah, baby. All right. So the live well's ready to go when I start catching live bunker and live spot and that sort of thing. And that's where they go. Drain down there in the bottom actually runs back here to an exit through hull that goes out the back of the boat. Fuel tank back here in the back. My battery access hatch is over here. Just 12 volt power to run most of the systems other than the trolling motor. And then we are back here to the 115 Yamaha. And if you look closely, I'm going to point out to you that the bottom of this engine looks like utter hell because it is also the original engine. And this, even though it's got salt all over it, looks absolutely beautiful. This Yamaha cover, this cowling cover, was redone by Off the Hook Outboards. I've already had a couple of people inquire and I've sent them the info for that. Those guys do a fantastic job. Off the Hook Outboards on Facebook. I'll put a link down in the description. And like I say, even though that's kind of salty right now, it looks brand new, whereas the bottom of that engine looks like hell. All right, underneath my Helm seat here, I've got a Bavanda cooler. Compliments of the folks over at the Pure Lure, baby. Great cooler here, and that's for when we're fishing tournaments and stuff. We'll fill this thing with ice, drinks, you know, all that good stuff. And then down here on the deck, that's either the first or second most asked question I get. What is that flooring? Well, let's tell you all about it. All right, so the flooring in my boat is called Aquatraction. It is a marine grade flooring and it is awesome. I'm going on year 5 of this stuff, and Rob York, who now owns Aquatraction Mid-Atlantic, I've been very, very happy with the Aquatraction. I'll show you what it looks like. You can do all kinds of custom stuff. It's super cool. They come out with a little laser deal and they scope it all out, and your boat is exactly set up how it should be. Custom with the old flounder, baby. Paralichthys dentatus right up on the front deck. Down here, the old hooked on OC custom right in the middle of the floor. Back here they did a little branding, the Aquatraction logo on that piece. Come on back here. You can see how nice this stuff looks. Nice large panels. It fits perfectly around your legs and stanchions and that sort of thing. And then this is my favorite back here, buddy. Fish in OC with a very accurate measuring device here. This ruler is very, very accurate. I'm going to show you. You put that thing on the 0 and then 20 inches. So there's 0 down there and then there's 20 inches and it ends up right on 20 inches. So this is a really great gauge to throw it down there, and then if you're close, put it on the real measuring stick, but this is very, very accurate. Aquatraction Mid-Atlantic. I'll show you the difference between what it sounds like when you have a sinker and you drop it on the deck without the Aquatraction and with the Aquatraction. So here we go. Here's the old sound test. Yeah. Night and day, man. Night and day. And it doesn't get hot on your feet. I got the gray version that's called Gray Teak. Got the black inlay here, and then that customized stuff. Absolutely love this stuff. I've only had one spot peel up just a teeny wee little bit, and Rob's taking care of that. So there you go, Aquatraction on the floor, quiet, comfortable, and cleans up real easy. All right, there you go, folks. There's a walkthrough of my 24-ish DLX Carolina Skiff. It's a great boat, man. We really like this boat. It's with that 115 horsepower, we can get 30 knots out of it on a flat, calm day. If it's blowing and it's coming out of the northwest, kind of like it is today, and you got a 3-foot chop, it handles it well, but it's bumpy. There ain't any two ways about it. Flat front, flat bottom. The benefit is going to be you can get in some really skinny spots, shallow water. Downside is going to be it's going to be a little bumpy when you have those choppy days. But overall, we absolutely love this boat. Forgot to mention, I got way too many rod holders. I got 4 rod holders up top here on the T-top. I got 2 down here in the seat behind the console. I got 2 in the back. I got 2 in the front, and I got 6 total back here in the back with these couple of added plastic rod holders that I've put on here. But there you go, front to back, bow to stern, port to starboard, Carolina Skiff. You guys enjoy this content, man, hit that subscribe button. Any questions or anything like that, any videos you want to see in the future, ask those below. We answer pretty much everything we get asked, and we really enjoy doing this, and we appreciate you guys being along with us. So until next time, Lennox.